Something feels off in my marriage. Part 1. I don't even know how to begin this. My wife Sarah and I have been married for 8 years. We've always had a great relationship, or so I thought. But over the past few months, things have changed. She's been distant, glued to her phone, and constantly working late. Last night she came home late again, smelling like cologne that wasn't hers. When I asked her about it, she laughed it off, saying it must have been from a coworker who hugged her goodbye. It felt weird, but I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Am I overthinking this, or is my gut trying to tell me something? Something feels off in my marriage. Part 2, I posted a couple of weeks ago about my wife acting distant, and things have only gotten worse. She's been going out with friends more often and is super secretive about her phone. She even changed her password, which is something she's never done before. The other day, I casually mentioned grabbing dinner at her office since she was working late, and she got really defensive. She said, "You don't need to check up on me all the time." That stung because I wasn't even accusing her of anything. I don't have solid proof of anything, but I can't shake this feeling. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I also don't want to ignore what's right in front of me. What would you do in my situation? Something feels off in my marriage. Part 3. I did something I'm not proud of. I went through Sarah's phone while she was in the shower. I know it's a huge invasion of privacy, but I couldn't take the doubt anymore. There weren't any obvious texts or messages, but I checked her deleted photos. There I found a picture of her at a hotel lobby mirror, dressed up like she was going on a date. She'd told me she was at a work meeting that day. When I confronted her, she brushed it off, saying she took the picture to try a new filter. I didn't believe her, but I let it go because I didn't have more proof. Am I crazy, or is this definitely suspicious? Something feels off in my marriage. Part 4. I couldn't take the uncertainty anymore. Last night she said she was going out with coworkers after work. I decided to follow her. She didn't go to her usual bar. Instead, she went to a small Italian restaurant across town. I parked outside and watched her meet up with a man I didn't recognize. They were laughing, holding hands across the table, and at one point he kissed her hand. When she got home, I asked her how her night was, and she gave me a vague story about how everyone had a great time. I didn't confront her yet because I wanted to think things through first. I don't even know what to do anymore. This feels like a nightmare. Something feels off in my marriage. Part 5. I finally confronted her last night. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I told her I knew about the man at the restaurant and asked her to tell me the truth. At first, she denied everything, but when I showed her the photo I'd taken of them together, she broke down crying. She admitted she's been seeing this guy for the past 3 months. She said it just happened and that she didn't mean for it to go this far. She says she still loves me and wants to work things out, but I don't even know if I can look at her the same way. I feel betrayed, humiliated, and utterly heartbroken. Do people actually recover from something like this? Is there any hope for us? Something feels off in my marriage. Part 6. It's been a week since I found out about the affair. Sarah has been begging me to go to couples therapy, saying she'll do anything to fix our marriage. But I'm not sure if I even want to fix it. I've been staying at my brother's place trying to clear my head. The thought of forgiving her feels impossible right now. I keep replaying everything in my mind. How she lied, how she made me feel crazy for suspecting anything. For now, I've decided to consult a divorce lawyer to understand my options. Even if we try therapy, I want to protect myself. Has anyone been through this? Did therapy help? Or is it better to cut your losses and move on? Something feels off in my marriage. Part 7. I wanted to give an update. After a lot of thinking, I've decided to end the marriage. I realized I could never trust her again, and without trust, there's no relationship. I've started the divorce process and moved into my own apartment. It's been painful, but I'm slowly finding peace. Therapy has helped me focus on healing and rediscovering who I am outside of the marriage. If you're in a similar situation, my advice is to trust your instincts and put yourself first. You deserve honesty and respect in a relationship. Thank you to everyone who offered advice and support. You helped me more than you know.